Hi everybody. So this is my first live on YouTube. I've not used it before. I don't really know how it all works. But I've come on to do a, um, a a live, or well, as part of my Nature's Calendar series. So I'm going to be talking about Autumn Equinox, which was yesterday. On the 23rd of September, which is actually quite late for the autumn equinox. And normally it's around the 21st or the 22nd of September. But yeah, it's. I'm just going to check nobody's on yet. No, that's fine. So I'm going to, because it's live, I'm going to be stopping and starting a little bit. So it's not going to be that flowy, if that makes sense. And I've got some cards with me as well, so I will be pulling some cards for the autumn equinox season as well. So here I am on my tent. Sorry, it's a bit blowy and stuff. In East Sussex today, it is a bit windy, and the weather is, gone a little bit sort of wobbly, if that makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, so the autumn equinox is a little bit late this year, and it's actually quite a powerful one for me. It always is, as I'm an autumn equinox baby. Well, I'm very close. My birth was very close to the autumn equinox on September. My birthday's on September the 26th, so I really resonate with the energies of the autumn equinox. It is very watery. It is very much to do with letting go and acceptance. Okay, and we are really fortunate actually in being able to live on an apple orchard. So this is one of the apples that is growing in a tree right next to me right now, and it's a really beautiful apple. And I just want to point out that it's really what's beautiful about apples is when you cut them in half, they have a pentacle on the inside. Can you see that? So I cut this a minute ago, so it's gone a little bit brown. And the pentacle is a symbol of protection, but it is also about standing in your power as well, and also being connected with the earth and the sky. That's how I see it. I see it as a man standing with his arms outstretched and his feet to the ground and his head held high. So it's that connection to the earth and the sky and the universe, and everything is connected. That's how I see it. This is a lovely little Bramley apple that was growing on the tree just over there, literally just through that window there. Anyway, yeah, so basically the autumn equinox is the middle of autumn. So again, as I touched on in the Lamas video, the frustrating thing about our Gregorian calendar and our society currently is that it is very out of sync with nature. So we are told that this is the start of autumn, which is absolutely ridiculous because it isn't the start of autumn. We are now halfway through autumn. It is the midpoint of autumn when day and night is equal and when the sun enters Libra. So astrologically, the sun entered Libra yesterday, and that is the point of balance. Okay, so we reach a point of balance, which is center, not the beginning, if that makes sense. So it kind of annoys me that people aren't aware of it, and and that people say, oh, it's the start of autumn, and actually we're midway through. Because it's interesting, it's like our society don't want us to recognize the natural processes. So the first part of autumn is when the wheat is cut. That is the start of autumn at equinox. I'm sorry, at Lammas. By the time we reach the fruiting season and the apples, then we are halfway through autumn, and then autumn ends on Samhain, which is Halloween, just after Halloween, say around the 6th, 7th of November, which isn't the day that a lot of alternative sort of pagany types celebrate Samhain. A lot of people celebrate it on the 1st of the month, same with all of the fire festivals, which is actually incorrect, because the fire festivals are celebrated when the sun reaches 15 degrees of that sign. So, for example, Samhain would be when the sun reaches 15 degrees Scorpio. And with Lammas, it was 15 degrees Leo. But now we're halfway. So it is at the beginning of Libra. Okay. So as the sun enters Libra, we reach a point of balance. So nature reaches a point of balance, whereas day and night are equal. Okay. So we are now, it's polarizing for us in a way, because we have to work with the light and the dark on the autumn equinox. Okay. So we have to honor the shadow as well as honoring the light. Okay. So it's not about denying your shadow, and it's not about denying the light. It is about being totally balanced. But we often find that we will notice our imbalances on the autumn equinox as it is, that's what its purpose is, in a way, you know. In nature, it brings out our flaws, and it brings out our what we need to work on in ourselves for the winter months. Okay, so anything that's triggered you right now is what you need to either let go of, if you can, you know, this time, or you can think, I'm gonna work on that while I go into the winter months. Okay, so you don't have to let go of everything at all. You know, those negative things, some of them take time. Do you know what I mean? Our shadow is never going to leave us. It's always there. We can't purify ourselves from the shadow. And that, you know, that is the strange thing about Christianity and a lot of New Age thought, is that they want to everything has to be the light and everything has to be positive, but that isn't how life works. Life is light and dark. Life is polarity, and life is going up and down, and that is the truth. And the sooner everybody accepts that, the better, because we can then work with those energies. It's yin and yang, you know. And like, for example, yin would be the shadow. The feminine would be seen as the shadow, and you know, and people see that, oh, that's all negative, but it isn't. It is about looking within yourself and being honest with yourself, and you know, your vulnerability may surface, and traumas and things like that. And it's when you reach into your side yourself that is a yin, is when you internalize, and when things come, when you receive and things come in, it is a feminine aspect, the feminine aspect, and the masculine aspect is going out. But we need both. Okay. And autumn equinox is that point where we have both, and we're like, oh, are we too masculine? Am I too masculine? Am I too feminine right now? What am I balancing? What am I denying, and what am I allowing? Do you know what I mean? What am I denying, and what am I allowing? You know, am I allowing? So it's about receiving and giving. Okay, it's about both. So it is about recognizing that is very, very important. And I'm trying to think of anything else. So of course it is all about the autumn. And now as we move forward into the next half of autumn, this is when the wind, you know, we start to get those feelings of winter, and the leaves off the trees will fall. And obviously this is the time of the fruit season, and you know, the last fruits, you know. And that can freak people out, to be honest. You know, if they're living in a natural way, it can, you know, it can be seeing it all ending again. And it makes us reflect on our lives and what is ending in our lives. And then some people go into denial, and they want to jet off to the, you know, hotter climes or something like that. And you know, they you know, it's like they want to go into denial of that, the darkness. They want to go into denial of the death aspect, which is never very positive thing to do, because we have to accept the death aspect, because it's part of nature and it's part of us. And there's always little mini deaths. And when you work with the tarot, as I have done in a practical way and in a psychic intuitive way, we have the death card, and we don't reach the point of the death card until Samhain. Okay, but right now we are moving in that direction. So the things start to churn up in us that make us feel vulnerable. You know, for example, we have wind today, which can make us feel vulnerable, can't it? Okay, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really want to touch on with the autumn equinox. It was yesterday. I didn't have time to do the live yesterday, and I didn't have time to do any work. I just devoted the day to our nature connection. So basically, every solar festival, the fire festivals, and the cross quarter festival, not cross quarter, the quarter festivals, I go out into nature and I find an ancient site and connect with our ancestors and connect with nature spirits and the elemental and the elemental realm. So yesterday we went into Hastings, and Hastings is a very, very special place. Surprisingly, people may not realise it, but it's full of holy water everywhere, either natural water in the form of waterfalls, beautiful trickly waterfalls, and holy wells as well. And I just felt drawn to go back into Hastings and go into this, like a ravine, which is above Alexander Park, and it's where the old Raw and the little Raw Gill waterfalls are. And also we went into another part of Alexandra Park where the holy well of Shallybeat Street Spring is, which is an iron-rich spring, and also Dr. McCabe's well as well. So we had a busy day. Oh, and we also went to the East Hill, actually, in Hastings. There's down Rockanore, there's another spring called the East Hill, and there you can actually collect really beautiful water. They have a tap there, so I presume they've even tested it as well. So I can't see anyone on here, but that's fine. I don't have many followers, so which is not, it's to be expected, really. But this could be played back for anybody that misses it. But it just, it is just nice. I just thought it was nice to do it live for a change. While I'm on, if you don't mind, as no one's here anyway, if I am able to... No, it's fine. I was just seeing if I was able to do anything with my background, like edit it or anything, but it doesn't look like it, so that's fine. Anyway, so I'm going to pull a beautiful mushroom card because we are now in mushroom season. And that is the other aspect of autumn equinox, is that once we pass the autumn equinox, we head into mushroom season. So it's a lovely time of year. And I would say mushrooms are probably the final kind of food, really, that are presented to us, and I fit in nature, and I feel it's because they can be dried and stored for the winter months, and that is something that not enough people do these days, really. And it is about the gathering of all of the fruits in the hedgerows and making preparations with those as well, and getting ourselves ready for winter, but also at this allowing ourselves to celebrate as well, because it is still a beautiful time of year. It's still sunny, the leaves are still on the trees, so it isn't about total endings. It's not about endings, it's about finding balance. The ending is at Samhain, okay, when we go into the dark, okay, but we are now it is now going into, like, we're on the entrance to the cave, if that makes sense. If I like to see the year as a journey, okay, so if I just give a really quick that was my email coming in. If I just give a really quick view of it, so I would start with Samhain. Okay, so Samhain, we enter the cave of winter. Okay, in bulk on winter solstice, we then actually reach the midpoint of midwinter, and the sun then actually starts to grow. So then we've only got 6 weeks between Samhain and winter solstice, and that's when the longest nights are over already. 6 weeks. and then the days start to get longer again. So winter solstice at that coldest point in time is that point in so positive, you know, and that's why Christmas came about and everything like that, because it is about bringing back the light and joy and celebration of the return of the light. And then as we move forward into Imbolc, then we reach a point of slightly longer days, and then we have the first flowers. So we have this symbolized by the snowdrops, and that's we coming out of the cave now. We're tentatively coming out of the cave and checking if it's warm enough, you know, sticking our toes out, and that's how I sort of see it. And we might go out for a bit and then withdraw back to our cave. That makes sense. And this can be viewed on many levels. This can be viewed physically, it can be viewed mentally, it can be viewed emotionally, and it can be viewed physically as well. So see it as a holistic thing for everything, okay? And I'll just carry on with it. And then after Imbolc, then another 6 weeks later, then we reach the midpoint again, which is the spring equinox. And is the opposite of this one, the autumn equinox, because the spring equinox recognizes that midpoint in spring when all the flowers are blooming and life is coming back into the world. You know, nature is starting to thrive, you know, nature is starting to thrive again, and it's all about flowers, okay? And, you know, birth and rebirth, okay? And it was that is us at spring equinox. We are out of the cave, okay? We are properly out of the cave, and we are starting to make our plans and have our ideas, you know, and we can plan our ideas at Imbolc as well, because it's the seed point. I see Imbolc as the seed point when you can start to think about your ideas of what you want to do, but you don't start putting things into action really until equinox, when it's actually warm enough to get outside. And then after equinox, we have Beltane, which is like on May the 6th or the 7th, when the sun reaches, I forgot to say what the sun reached at Imbolc, which is like 15 degrees Aquarius, but on Beltane, it's when the sun reaches 15 degrees Taurus. And that is usually around 5th or 6th of May. Then this is the start of summer, okay? And that is the opposite of what we are told in society. In society, we're told summer starts in summer solstice, when actually it's midsummer. It's all bonkers. Anyway, so summer starts on Beltane, okay? And that is when we celebrate, and we really, between May the 1st and summer solstice, we really want to make the most of it, because after summer solstice, then the sun starts to decline again. So at the point they say summer's starting, it's actually declining. And that's what I find really, really, really disturbing about the way that they have planned everything like this, because we need to have already done 6 weeks of summer at that point, and already worked in with the energies of the summer. Do you know what I mean? And for me, it's wrong that people think it's the summer then when it's actually on the wane. Anyway, and then we reached harvest of the wheat and the cereals at Lammas on August the 7th, roughly. I have a child born on Lammas, and I have a child born on summer solstice as well. And I have a child born on winter solstice as well. Very, very fortunate. So for me, the festivals seem very, very significant for this path that I'm on. And anyway, so 6 weeks after August, after the summer solstice, we then reach Lammas, which is one of the cross-quarter festivals, a fire festival. And then 6 weeks later, we reach the autumn equinox, where we are now. And then another 6 weeks later, then we get Samhain at the beginning again. Like, a lot of people believe that Samhain was actually the beginning of the year, because it's when we went into the cave, or when we go into that, you know, inside ourselves to dream. And then our dreams start to come to reality then in February. You know, they start to come into our conscious mind at Imbolc. And then they start to be physically manifested around the spring equinox, and continue on being manifested and worked and creative processes all then go on over the summer until, we reach Lammas, and then we have to kind of let go a little bit. At Lammas is the point of when we start to let go on August the 7th. It's not the height of summer like they tell us. Anyway, that's so that is the autumn equinox. Still not got anyone on. Oh, never mind. So I'm gonna, as we now are on the autumn equinox, I've got these beautiful mushroom cards. They're really nice. I'll just advertise them. They are the Mushroom Spirit Oracle by Nicola McIntosh. Okay, and I'm going to pull a mushroom for the autumn equinox for everybody that watches this live and everybody that doesn't watch this live later on, for the next 6 weeks between autumn equinox and Samhain. So let's see what mushroom energy. Let's see what mushroom wants to share itself with us. Ooh, wow. Absolutely gorgeous. It's the verdigris agaric. Impress. It's the time to impress. I didn't expect that. Impress. So the feelings I'm getting from this is that it's like there's still a chance to shine. Okay, we still have a chance to shine. Just because we are heading into winter doesn't mean that we have to lessen ourselves or lower our ability to become our true selves and our true nature. Okay, we still have time. And it's not that we give up in the winter anyway, but we're in the dreaming point. So it's still that, and I'm really feeling the energy of Samhain and the celebrations that go on around Samhain, where we're out and we're getting dressed up, and it's that energy of as nature is really doing her best, bringing these fruits to us, and the gathering of the humanity is gathering all the fruits in. It is an opportunity for us to work at our very, very best. Okay, so this is interesting. So for the next 6 weeks, we have the ability to impress and make an impression. Okay, so we all have that opportunity to make an impression. So let's bear that in mind for the next 6 weeks before we enter Samhain, and our impression then will resonate for the rest of the time through the winter. So it is about just that a trigger point, and it's beautiful. Look at it. It's like a blue fly agaric, and I've never seen one in real life, and I would really love to. I'm just going to read a little bit about it. It's number 31, because I don't really know much about it. It's quite different to what I got for my newsletter. I'll mention my newsletter in a minute. This mushroom is named verdigris because of its stinking green or green-blue colour. Striking, not stinking, striking. Oh, that's funny, isn't it? A colour not commonly seen in any other mushroom. Found in the UK, Ireland, Europe, and North America, it is rare and loves alkaline, humus-rich beech woodland. White scales adorn the younger caps, giving it a similar appearance to the agaric mushroom. Oh, I love it. I would love to see one of these. You are This is the card's meaning. You are beautiful, and what you are doing is beautiful. You and your purpose need to stand out because you are different. And this is exactly what is needed at this time. It's time to make yourself seen and show the world the beauty you have to offer. Yes, that's amazing. So give yourself another try. Don't give up. Okay, don't give up in your ability to impress. Don't give up on your ability to shine right now. Okay, so that's really, really beautiful and positive. So yeah, bring out, give it one more try, give it one more crack. That makes sense. Oh, this is beautiful. So it's about standing out. You may make a life-changing effect on somebody. You never know who may be watching in silence and admiring your beauty. You might help someone find their path by watching your journey and seeing how brave you are by standing out and making yourself seen. We never know how long we are here for, so make your life count. Your purpose doesn't need to be a big one, just do it well and stand proud. So that's really wonderful. I'm going to pick a tarot card as well. And I will mention what I got for when I was pulling cards for my newsletter as well, because I did actually do a newsletter and I was kind of frustrated really because I spent quite a long time formulating a newsletter for everybody with some tips and interesting things in it for launch at Autumn Equinox, and it didn't happen due to stupid technological things that I don't really understand. So anyway, so I am still working on it and I will still release it, 'cause we've got a whole 6 weeks to work with. And I pulled a card for this time in there as well, but it was slightly different to that. But things move on and things change, and I do feel it's still relevant as well, because that card was more about feeling a bit lost, so I guess it's an aspect. So I guess the impressing is part of the way out of it. Okay, let's see what card we have. Ooh, wonderful. We have the Seven of Cups, so lots and lots and lots of opportunities, and this goes really, really well with the impressing, because this is like being spoilt for choice. Okay, so there is going to be lots and lots of options coming up in the next few weeks, and I do feel that might account for the confusion a little bit with people not knowing what to choose. So surprisingly, it's like almost like a twist of fate energy, if that makes sense. Yeah, like stuff's turning around, and things have changed since I last read, which is really interesting because I felt like a massive shift yesterday when I woke up, and I'd had a really powerful dream. I won't go into my dream right now, but I had a really powerful dream, and I felt like I'd entered a new era when I woke up yesterday. It was still not easy, but nothing's easy these days. Anyway, so yes, the Seven of Cups is like lots of opportunities, and just don't get caught up in, make your decisions wisely, because those decisions that you make right now are what you will be taking into winter. So I do feel this energy is, like that last chance, last opportunity sort of mode, before we do head into winter. So it is about grasping what you can while you can and making the best of it over the winter months. Do you know what I mean? When you go into your dreaming and when you go into your what you really want to bring into your life next year. So they make sense, so I do feel, go for it. There's this energy of going for it still, and just grasping those opportunities while you can, and don't shy away from anything. That's what I'm feeling, and there's going to be so many opportunities for everybody. Okay, so that's really interesting, isn't it? Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so let me think of anything else. Is there anything else I wanted to say? No, it was just about my newsletter and how I've been really gutted, but I'm going to work on it again now, and I'm going to release it manually. So I will put links to I'll put it on my website, and I'll put on links to download it instead, because it's just, I wanted to do a subscriber thing and it just didn't work out. It was really, really frustrating. But anyway, I'm trying to think, is there anything else about Autumn Equinox? I probably have missed some things about Autumn Equinox, and I was hoping there would be some people on that could ask me questions, and then I would be able to answer them. And then through communication with people, then I get more information, I get more insights for this time as well, and I get psychic insights as well. But there isn't anyone here, so never mind, and hopefully my channel will grow. So hopefully, in time I will do more lives, and then I hope I will get more people seeing me, and I'll become a little bit more visible. yeah, so please share my channels. Please share my YouTube channel. And I will be on here again soon. And I can't do StreamYard, which means that you can link your YouTube with Facebook as it asks for money. And I can't afford to pay for all these things. I just don't have a big enough income for that. So I just have to do what I can. All right. And I just wish everyone all the best for the next 6 weeks. And between now and it's just go for it. The energy is go for it. Go for all of those challenge, and let go of, that it is about fine tuning. It is about fine tuning, finding what you really, really, really want to make the most of before the year is out. And just really, really going for it with that. And then you will feel set for winter then. And then if there's anything else you want to do, you will be able to bring that out as well, because you'll have the space. And if anyone wants to read any other insights, on my Facebook yesterday, I put in on my personal profile, I put in my insight from yesterday for the autumn equinox. And also I think I just put it on my personal profile. Yeah, I don't know if I shared it on my pages or not. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I'm on Facebook. I'm Anna Fox, Holistic Psychic Medium, and Anna Fox Healing, and Anna Clark under my personal profile. But obviously, under my personal profile, I don't tend to accept people that I don't know. But that's other ways of staying in touch. And then my website is Anna Marie Fox at wordpress.com, and I can't remember the other one. I'll put them in the about section of the website on the YouTube channel, because I realized that I don't think I've done that, and that's quite important, isn't it? Anyway, lots of love. Bye bye. See you all soon.